Sinbad was a young, curious sailor from the bustling city of Busra, with the sea breeze calling his name and tales of hidden treasures filling his dreams. He decided to embark on a voyage across the seven seas. His ship, the Starbound, was stocked with provisions, his loyal crew by his side. Little did he know, his journey would be filled with challenges beyond his wildest imagination. Sinbad's heart beat with excitement as the ship left the familiar shores of Busra behind. The open sea stretched endlessly before him, its vastness a symbol of the unknown. Each day, he trained with his crew, learning navigation, knot tying, and the secrets of reading the stars. His crew, a band of misfits, shared stories of their own adventures, and soon, they became like family. The nights were filled with music, laughter, and songs of distant lands. After weeks of smooth sailing, they spotted an island that shimmered like emeralds under the sun. As they anchored, the crew eagerly explored the lush greenery. The air smelled of sweet fruit and exotic flowers. They filled their sacks with coconuts, bananas, and strange fruits they had never seen before. Birds of dazzling colors flew overhead, their calls echoing through the jungle. But as night fell, the ground trembled. It wasn't an island at all. It was a sleeping sea monster. The trees were its spiny scales, and the beach was its rough hide. With quick thinking, Sinbad ordered the crew to the ship just as the island began to sink into the depths. The crew paddled desperately, their arms aching from effort, and they barely escaped the pull of the swirling water. Their narrow escape left them shaken, but more determined than ever. A fierce storm rolled in without warning, tossing the Starbound like a leaf in the wind. The sky turned as dark as ink, and rain poured down in torrents. Thunder roared like a mighty beast, and lightning cracked the sky, illuminating the terrified faces of the crew. Waves as tall as towers crashed against them, and the ship groaned under the strain. Sinbad tied himself to the mast, shouting commands to his crew. "Hold the line, steady the sail, we face it together," he bellowed. The crew fought the storm with every ounce of strength, tying down barrels, bailing out water, and clinging to the rigging. Hours of struggle passed before the storm finally relented, leaving behind a weary crew and a battered ship. Supplies were lost, but their spirits remained unbroken. Sinbad, drenched and exhausted, gazed at the horizon, vowing to continue the voyage. In search of fresh supplies, Sinbad docked on an unfamiliar shore. Beyond the beach lay a valley sparkling with precious diamonds. The stones lay scattered like stars on the ground, gleaming in the sun. Awe filled the hearts of the crew as they gazed at the wealth before them. They filled their sacks with as many diamonds as they could carry. But beauty masked danger. Giant birds called rocks nested there. Their wings beat the air with thunderous force. As the crew collected gems, the rocks spotted them. With ear-splitting screeches, the colossal birds swooped down. The crew scattered in panic, dodging the deadly talons. Thinking quickly, Sinbad tied himself to ROC's leg as it soared upward, carrying him out of the valley. High in the air, he untied himself, landing on a rocky ledge far from danger. From there, he navigated his way back to his crew, his pockets lined with jewels and his heart racing with the thrill of survival. Their next destination was a misty island known for its ancient ruins. Deep in the forest, they found a crumbling temple overgrown with vines. Sinbad's sense of wonder drew him inside, where torches flickered with blue flames. Strange carvings of unknown creatures adorned the walls. As he approached the altar, a sorcerer with glowing eyes appeared in a swirl of mist. You seek power, sailor. I can give it to you, the sorcerer hissed, holding up a shimmering amulet. One wish for a price, Sinbad, sensing treachery, refused. I make my own fate, he said firmly. The sorcerer's eyes blazed with fury. He raised his hands, and shadows poured from the walls, taking shape as monstrous creatures. Sinbad fought them with his cutlass, his strikes swift and precise. Using his quick wits, he hurled a torch at the sorcerer, striking the amulet. The sorcerer's scream echoed as the amulet shattered in a blinding flash of light, banishing him and his minions. Strange voices echoed over the water one moonlit night. Whispers of secrets, regrets, and ancient promises haunted the crew. Sleep eluded them as the eerie voices played tricks on their minds. I hear my mother's voice. One sailor cried, "It's calling me home." Sinbad's heart stayed firm. Do not listen. They are not real. Sing with me, he commanded. Together, they sang songs of courage and home, their voices rising against the whispers. By dawn, the voices faded. The crew, now bonded by shared fear, pledged their loyalty to Sinbad, swearing to follow him to the world's end. Guided by an old sailor's map, Sinbad's crew found the entrance to a hidden underwater cave. Wearing enchanted pearls for breathing, they dived deep below. The water shimmered with an ethereal glow. Golden coins, crowns, and jewels lay in heaps, scattered across the seafloor like offerings to the sea gods. But the sea itself was the guardian. Water serpents with glowing eyes slithered toward them, their jaws snapping. Sinbad wielded his dagger, striking with precision while his crew fended off the serpents with spears. Bubbles filled the water as the clash echoed in the depths. After an intense battle, Sinbad claimed a single, ancient medallion, the key to future voyages. With the medallion secured, they rose to the surface, triumphant. After years of adventure, Sinbad returned to Basra with riches beyond imagination. His ship overflowed with gold, gems, and relics from distant lands. Crowds gathered at the docks, cheering and calling his name. Children listened in awe as he shared his tales. Sailors dreamed of glory, and merchants marveled at the jewels he brought back. Tell us of the island that sank, the ROC that carried you, and the storm that did not break you, they pleaded. Sinbad smiled, his eyes distant, seeing the seas he had conquered. Riches may fill your hands, he said, but it is courage, wisdom, and loyalty that fill the heart. With that, he walked toward his home, the weight of his journey behind him, but the promise of future adventures ahead.